Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned in to Let's Talk Battle Rap Podcast, the Battle Rap Podcast of New York and the Battle Rap Podcast of the world, Craig. I had to hit y'all with the throwback intro because, I'm back off my 3 week hiatus. This is your boy Vlad, aka the V Double. And, I just want to say I missed you guys, man. And, everyone listening right now, you guys are the true family of the Let's Talk Battle Rap Podcast. So I feel that with the true family, I could share the good news with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I know France alerted some of y'all. Yes, I did make a big move. You know what I'm saying? I'm back in a place where I'm way more comfortable. So, had to move all the stuff from one state to another. And on top of that, your boy just got a new crib. You know what I mean? Word to K Shine. And on top of that, I just welcomed my daughter, Norel, into the world. You know what I mean? All of that happened within a week. So, it's safe to say that your boy needed a break. You know what I mean? I just needed to get things together and all that. Definitely missed y'all. You know what I mean? But, got to take care of business. And now your boy is back. You know what I mean? In France, man, there's been a heck of a 3 weeks. A lot has transpired. A lot has transpired last week. I've caught up on a lot of things that are going on. You know what I'm saying? And I can't wait to talk about this, brother. So, man, it's great to see you. I missed this 1-2 combo, this dynamic, and it feels good to be back. And let's get straight to it, player.
Hey man, first and foremost, congratulations on all of your accomplishments, milestones, success,
Thank you, brother.
new
Thank you, man.
titles, locations, and the second baby. You know what I'm saying?
Woo!
Now you're only 9 away from catching up to Danny Myers.
Now
So
I'm
you
only
still
8 away from Danny Myers.
oh he has
I'm 9
10.
away from
Henny man.
Henny Man. Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Well, you still got some work to do. Still
yeah,
got some work
yeah.
to do. But but congratulations in all seriousness.
Thank you, brother.
I'm
Thank you,
proud of
man.
you. You know what I'm saying? I missed the show, but I was more happy for you, and I couldn't wait to share the news with everybody. Everybody's happy for us and you, and I couldn't wait to crack open this nice Shure microphone. I'll make sure the word is
Oh, you got
best
the
as
Shure
possible.
joint now?
You know what I'm saying? This is a Shure joint. This one is
Okay.
a
Oh,
Shure.
excuse me, player. I'm gonna have to upgrade my situation over here,
I
man.
have to make sure I say everything correctly so I didn't get paused. You know what I'm saying? So I'm back with my main man,
What?
and it's lit. We got a
LTBR
lot.
podcast is back and we made it, ninja.
I've been solo potted, man. F that. Let's get straight to these payments.
Let's do it, man. Why are we wasting any time, man? Why are we wasting any time? Let's get straight to it, player.
All right, man. So, Mr. Eazy, the block captain, has been the talk of the town, rightfully so, coming off of his main event and debut at Chrome 23, battling Mr. Hitman Holla, and
Mm-hmm.
coming out con- by the consensus of the culture and the media and all of the social media polls and Twitter polls, and et cetera, comes out victorious. And not just victorious, but almost to the point where Hitman doesn't have a clear round in the battle. Now, Vlad, before we even get into all the aftermath, what did you think of Hitman and Eazy the block captain?
I thought, oh, all right. Started off fantastic, dog. I mean, first round from Hitman Holla through the roof. Easy to block captain came through and did what he does. After that, things got a little sketchy, man. I mean, Hitman second, crowd getting crazy. His pacing was different. Easy went stupid. And then the third, little drop off from Easy in the third, and Hitman had some good content, but once again, the crowd and everything happening, like it made things a little blurry. It made things to where you were just like, I wish we didn't have all these delays, and the microphone issues got kind of wacky because you're like, everything's going fine for the first three battles, and then we get to the main event and things go crazy. And then things beyond control of Remy and the league when the stream went out. The stream went out on Rap Grid's end, so it's like that because I was watching it at home. I know you were in the building. You know what I'm saying? So me watching me watching
Yeah.
it at home is kind of like throws a monkey wrench and everything. And I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. I was tired, boss. You know what I'm saying? I was tired already.
No,
Two
no,
kids on
yes.
my
Yeah.
back, and
Yeah.
then I'm like, if they don't get back here in like 10 minutes, I don't think I'm gonna be able to stay awake and watch this. You know what I'm saying? So I caught it on the wake up. So I do got to say that definitely tainted the experience from the at-home viewer. I definitely didn't appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? But overall, though, I think the battle did what it was supposed to do, which is keep one guy who's a all-time great and legends name still out there circulating, conversations going on, whether it's good or bad. The engagement is through the roof. I mean, the inquiries on Google is through the roof. And obviously, Eazy the Black Captain is still arguably undefeated in his last 12, 13, 14 battle run. So, whether you have Hitman winning or losing, it's still not clear, you know what I'm saying, for him. Like, I definitely felt like he won the first round. I felt like he had so many pockets. He was switching up speeds. He was doing so much. He was doing things that you didn't necessarily expect Hitman to do for like 10 minutes of rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
So, but then it's like, all right, Eazy did what he was doing for the second. I mean, his first was really dope too. The first is it's in the air, however you want to call
Yeah.
it. Like if you
Yeah.
got Eazy winning, I'm not arguing with you. You know what I'm saying? The second, I'm not debating at all. That's all Eazy right there. And then the third, if you want to be one of these content guys in the crowd and the mics, and
Right.
but
Right.
if you really
Yeah. It's
listen
a.
to when Hitman
Yeah. It's
sing,
a.
oh, I got him winning, you could do that if you want to.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I know the consensus of how things felt and how I've been in the building plenty of times, so I know everyone leaving that building is definitely like, oh yeah, I got Eazy winning. I know how these things go. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be interesting to see what happens when it hits YouTube, though.
No, no, yeah. I mean, Hitman did say himself when Easy spin the block on Joe Budden's podcast for his post game interview, and they called up Hitman. Hitman said, "End quote. I'm not used to ever losing in the building, so that's why I feel some kind of way because his
Mhm.
post game rollout is definitely much more almost worse than the the occurrences that happen as far as his momentum being derailed, the crowd heckling him or booing him, or him like the mic issues he faced, like all of that might be." Like that could happen in the battle, but your post game, you can control that part. You know what I'm saying? The post game rollout, you can control that. And I think just to sum it up for me, that's how I feel about the battle. Easy match Hitman's best round, which is his first round.
Mhm.
Definitely, I've seen people give Hitman the first round, but I've seen a lot of people give Easy the first. I give Easy the first, and Easy wins the second round clearly. The third round, bit of a drop off from both, but Hitman's not so fluid and a little choppy and playing with the crowd. They're gonna hear it on camera 20 plus times. So like that takes away from it. But he did have some good material. You can still have Easy winning that round for sure. So the point for me is Easy got the clearest round. Easy matched his best round, and any round that I want to give to Hitman, I have to really argue for it. Hitman Holla's hardcore fan base, obviously the people from STL, known from Wilding Out,
Cardinal
or
Cap Goons, yeah.
yeah, all those people. They're like Hitman 1 and 3, and listen, at the end of the day, for Hitman, you put in X amount of years, 14, 15 years in this game. You work that hard to have that core audience and fight for the ship while it's sinking, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even mad at those people, but Easy won this battle, man.
I mean, in the grand
No,
scheme of things, if,
no
if
matter
you're
how you
talking
no
about,
matter how you
winning a
slice it for
battle and
me,
winning a war,
yeah,
he, he he walked away. He did what he was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? He's got another battle where it's going to be talked about for a long time, and he does not have a clear loss. And he had electrifying moments, and he gave his people exactly what they wanted to see. So he did what he was supposed to do. For Hitman, that first round is that's a roadmap to more success and more victory. For me, watching it, analyzing it, breaking it down, okay, momentum is a real thing. So when you're not just battling your opponent, you're battling a crowd, it becomes a fatigue factor that happens. You may think you wanted to rap faster, you may think you wanted to present it a different way, and now all of a sudden you might be rapping slower. You're not delivering the bars exactly on the point where you want to deliver it. So that's going to affect everything. And in the first round, it was just so much more rapid. And in the second and third, he started going to more of these 4 bar buildups that, like, if it doesn't land on a haymaker, if the crowd is already against you, it's going to tend to land flat. You know what I mean? So those 4 bar buildups, I felt like was hurting him. You know what I mean? In the second and the third. And you watch that first round and you're just on the edge of your seat. You're just like, oh my gosh, this dude is just bombing away and bombing away. I did like in the third where he brought real content into it. He's talking about his dad betting like 5 grand on his high school games, and I'm like, "Yo, this is crazy." And it's like, his real life things that he's bringing into the game, and people
Yeah,
always want to hear
I like the
about real
rebut.
life stuff. You know
I
what I
like
mean? And rebuttaling 3 times and stuff like that. Like, he was showing some dexterity in the game plan and stuff like that. So I did like, the storytelling, all of that. But I just think that in that building, everything he was fighting, it just didn't turn out to be his night.
listen, man. Well, case and said, right? And if you felt any kind of way, I say this much: the rollout after the battle from both of them has just also been like it's been a little tough to watch on Hitman's side because this is a little reminiscent
But he
of
kind of has to do that though, because if he just
yeah,
sits there and let everyone says, "Go easy, go easy, go easy," then it's like the narrative that gets painted, it's ugly. So he has to, and it's also a promotion. Don't get me wrong, the
yeah,
VODs are still out there. You know what I'm saying? Like people can
yeah.
still buy this thing. So Hitman is a smart businessman. So it would behoove me for him not to get a little base. You know what I'm saying, of what's going on those sales. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna still sell this thing. I'm gonna still promote it. There's still some paper to get out here, and I can't just let Eazy go on this victory tour like I just got trashed and let people believe it. So of course, Hitman's gonna talk his stuff, and rightfully so. Like he has to do this, otherwise, the talk of the battle just it goes away a little bit faster. You know what I'm saying?
No,
A Verb does the same thing too after his battles, and we're still talking about the battle going into its second week now after this battle has happened. So they're doing their job.
yeah, they definitely are. They definitely are, and I feel like there's been a lot of aftermath since the battle because everybody was really eager to hear what Easy had to say about the battle. A couple of days pass, and then Easy goes ahead and does an interview on Black Compass where he's pretty much states that his uh his strategy as far as taking this battle, what he wanted to really gain from the exposure, having a YouTube drop, and then now says that like he no longer wants to do exclusive contracts, and he
Mhm.
wants all of his stuff to be one for one, like just one battle at a time, and a YouTube drop is now like absolutely essential, quintessential to anything that he wants to do as far as having a battle because he wants all of that public exposure. And although he didn't necessarily say he doesn't want to be on URL, he did not say that at all. Like he definitely said I'll still battle on URL, but I wanted to be attached to a YouTube drop. It's just a little hard to say, damn, will we see Easy on URL again? Because we know URL's model over the last couple of years has been you sign an exclusivity deal, you sign for something multi so that we can have you on for a couple battles on board or a couple years on board. Something that ensures us multiple pieces of content from you, right? And everything's going on the app. We know there's given a couple special cases, Mook and Rock on YouTube, Lux and Geechee on YouTube, Hollow and K Shine on YouTube. Even one round of Ace Amin and Cortez made it onto YouTube. So like he's probably looking at like, why can't I get a YouTube drop? And now YouTube has become this giant center focus of everything because that's what he wants. And I'm not saying that it wouldn't help, but he's gotten this far without it.
Yeah. It's a tough one because the man is doing what's best for him and him only. So when he's thinking URL's doing what's best for them, you know, and like I said, it's been a 50-50 thing. URL had the platform, he had the talent, after the run, everything he's asked for, they've given him as far as battle wise, and now he's felt like he's reached a point where perhaps he's outgrown this app and he's like, hey, I'm far more popular than this app is showing, and I can't prove that to these other people in business and the ventures and avenues that I'm trying to go to. I need the most exposure. But URL has a business model, and there is such a thing called a contract. And the thing is, we don't know what's inside of this contract. You know what I mean? So that's where things can get a little bit blurry. And that's where I can't just speak on things like, oh, you should just do this because this is what the contract says. And this is not like the NBA. Like when LeBron decided to take his talents to South Beach, he was a free agent at that point. So there's no stopping what he's going to do, when he's going to do it, how he wants to do it. And like I said, I don't know Easy's contract. I don't know if he was, obviously, if there's a cease and desist, he's clearly not out of it 100%. but he's been at URL for quite some time. So it's clear to say that he's towards the tail end of his contract. And, it makes things a little easier to try to wiggle your way out of things when you're towards the tail end of things. But they're probably also looking at it like, yo, boy, we gave you everything you wanted, except for YouTube, obviously. But this is not our business model. And you knew our business model when we came into it. These other guys like Hollow and Mook and, Lux, these guys are, shall we say, free agents, or they might sign a 2 battle deal and say, hey, YouTube has to be on one of them or something like that. They've given URL. I mean, you go back to the early 2000s with Mook and Lux. So those guys, when they make a demand like that, it's
Yeah,
understandable. They never got paid for their work up front when they were on the DVDs, and Smack became a millionaire off those DVDs. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And they were
yeah.
in a good part of it. So it's give and take, and I cannot tell Eazy what's best for his career and how he wants to move as a man. That's his thing. But just understand that there's, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Now, if you're a big man and you want to buy yourself out of the contract and make that kind of move, because let's compare it to the record industry. In the record industry, if you're unhappy with Def Jam and you want to go over to Epic, and Epic says, hey, you know what? Yo, Def Jam, we got this artist here. We can trade you this artist. Or, okay, you don't want that artist? Let me just buy Eazy out of his contract, and I'm gonna bring him over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that can happen also. So I don't know what's happening in the background. There could be something like that perhaps happening. The battle did go down on Chrome 23. Remy Ma is now his business manager. He's calling himself the face of Chrome 23. So is there a buyout that's in the works that's happening? I don't know. That's totally possible. That's something that I could see happening. But let's say the man has, I don't know, 3, 4 more battles left, or whatever, a year on his contract left. To see him just go out and just do whatever he wants, however he wants, I can't see that just happening without some sort of understanding or agreement with URL. And this is where now it's like, everyone, not everyone, but battle rap has become a legit business at this point now, and a legit industry, in some form. And this is one of these groundbreaking situations that we're going to see how this actually plays out. And man, this is what happens once it becomes big business and a big star and someone who wants to move on and do his own thing.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack from the situation, right? Because one, you could easily look at it as like, did he outperform whatever contract he might have signed, so he feels like he's exceeded the value that he initially signed, and he's worth more than what he's been receiving. That's one thing, right? And then you can also point, like, there's two different questions to ask. Like, does this hurt the league? Is this bad for the league? And the second question is Eazy in the right to do this? And I feel like those are two whole separate conversations, because obviously, I do feel like this kind of hurts a little bit with URL, because it's like, if I have somebody under contract and they're able to just break it, like, what's the point of it? And more importantly, like, you are the shining successor of our app, of our paywall. You've reached the highest pinnacle of success without the item that you're seeking the most. So now it's like a catalyst now for everybody that's like, F the app. Why aren't we on YouTube? YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And not realizing, like, URL obviously wants this independent model, so they might have sacrificed a bit of the visibility and the convenience that YouTube provides, but they've been able to surge an economy for themselves and their league and their entire roster. So that, like, it's opened the door to that, like, world of people that are very anti-app. You know what I mean? Um, and it's true, because there's a bit of a track record. Like, Eazy has gone on record and said this before, that, like, he almost did a 2-on-2 on Civil War 2 with Chess, to battle Swamp and T Top, but
Mhm.
he wanted a battle on YouTube to drop before he would take that battle on the app event. And I guess it never happened. I remember prior to that, when Bel Air first was season 1 of Bel Air first, like, dropped on Peacock around, I think it was February or March, around top of the year last year. He wanted his chess battle on YouTube to coincide with that drop. Now, this is like the star of your league. This may be the next face of the league for the next decade, right? Mr. Gnome through 11 through 20. I got it. Like, I also feel like there's certain things that they probably didn't do. Like, why not drop a round of Chess and Eazy on YouTube? Why not do something to reward the output that he has exceeded, right? But at the same time, it's like, they're also not obligated. Like there's certain things that URL didn't do that he asked for, but they're also not obligated to do that. But what is obligated is the contract you signed that you have to honor. So
That is true, and it's like it's one thing if you've been at the knees for one artist, well, then you start to look at a guy like Geechee, who's been carrying the league for how many years now, and then you know what I'm saying, and then the next guy and the next guy and the next guy. So it comes to a point where you either got to stand on business and say, hey, this is the model that we're working with. Do you want to work with us with this model? Like, we'll pay you more than we could have before. And, but the thing is, you're not going to get a YouTube drop. If you want to rock with us, come over here and rock with us. You know what I mean? But I guess this goes back to what Beasley would always say is like, we bring guys over, we get them hot, and then the other leagues want to come around and get them at their hottest point and draw attention to their situation, you know, and they're like, yo, we invested all this time and energy into you. And, granted, he got the role of Rashad from being on that app, and a lot of people go, oh, that's Rashad that's battling, not Easy to block captain, but Rashad. And they know him from the Peacock app, which is another app that people are paying for. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so people can go pay to see him on that app, but when it comes to people paying to see him on the other app, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like, hey man, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
yeah, again, like I want to reiterate one thing. Like he obviously went on this crazy run. He was a top 2 contender for Cody, top 3 the following year. You know what I'm saying? It was not just on Bel Air, but another show as well. I believe it's called 10. And
Okay.
got a record deal with Lil Flip. And of course, he expressed that part of his record deal with Flip, like there was some value that he couldn't fully like get from it because of like the numbers from his URL battles weren't able to be accumulated into what his total traffic and value is. So he felt like he lost out on that. But I want to point out though, you still got 2 appearances on the TV show and a record deal, and you're the hottest guy in the game without the tool of YouTube. So like it's just keep that in mind still, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it does, I'm not saying YouTube does not help, but you've reached a very high pinnacle of success without it. And it made me stop to think a little bit like this kind of feels like your general employee versus employer situation. And the most important detail of all this, Vlad, is that he makes more money outside of everything that he's doing away from battle rap than in battle rap, which creates that the separation of dependency from needing to consistently battle, oversaturate yourself, or rely on your art to pay the bills. And Eazy the Block Captain, from a business standpoint, he's not a battle rapper who makes money on the side with their brand. He's a brand who makes money on the side battling. You know what I
Right,
mean?
absolutely. And like I said, man, in sports, you got certain cases where if you got a Michael Jordan, the rules are not the same for Michael Jordan as they are for the 11th guy on the bench. All right. It's just not the same. Your star player does get treated differently. The coaches will tell you that, the owners will tell you that. So, is there a situation where there could be some conceding going on for your star player? Absolutely. There's definitely wiggle room. And I feel like, he said something that on a Three Letter Man show, shout out to PSA Hiphop. He said, loyalty
He
going
said,
one
he said,
way is
said a lot. He
stupidity.
said a lot there.
And I
Yeah.
totally hear him on that, and I'm not mad at him for trying to do what's best for him and his family. And the thing is, he can't be mad at them for trying to do what's best for them and their family. You know what I mean? So it's like at some point in time, if these two want to work together, they're gonna have to meet somewhere in the middle. And he's firmly took his stance and says, yo, I'm not gonna buck. This is what I want. I'm not gonna buck. Now, can URL decide to freeze him out like they're doing with Hitman? They can absolutely do that. But then it's like, okay, how many big battles do I want? How many leagues are going to put on these big battles? Now, for Eazy, he's lucky. He doesn't want to battle 8, 9 times a year, and he doesn't have to. Congratulations to him. He's feet up. So, he doesn't have to. If Remy wants to throw 2 big cards a year, he can do those 2 big cards. I'm pretty sure if he wants to do an RBE card, or if he wants to go to the Riot or do that, he can get what he wants at this point. But like we always say, it's what's in the contract. If that contract is not done please, best believe a multi-million-dollar company is not, they don't pay these lawyers on retainer to do nothing and sit on their thumbs. You know what I'm saying? So if the contract is not finished and if the contract is not exhausted, something is going to have to be worked out one way or the other. So if he's ready for that, if his team is ready for that, then let the show begin. You know what I'm saying? But for both parties, I would like for them not to have to go into the courtroom and try to figure that out. I would like for them to be able to sit down and say, yo, all right, man, let's figure something out because, we've done this for you. You've done this for us. We've worked with each other to help build a profile of this thing over the last 3-4 years. Let's figure something out. But if not, best believe, man, them lawyers are getting involved, dog.
Yeah, yeah. The most the, when I think about in the NBA, right, people that have like the idea of player empowerment, a lot of those players are people that make more money in endorsements than they do off their NBA salary. So like at that point, they're a walking endorsement that plays basketball instead of a basketball player that has endorsements. And
Right.
that's basically like what Eazy did over time. And you could really appreciate the grind. That's why maybe so many people feel so connected to Eazy, because we can all see him climbing the ranks when he was just in the trap. We go hard.
Yeah.
One SK in going through the PG system like for a couple of years through that circuit, right? And you can see on YouTube still he has all his like bar breakdowns, early Gutter City Radio, all these like shows that he was doing to consistently brand and market himself, and brand and market himself by not battle rapping, right? So he
Right.
was building his brand away from the ring, and now he uses the ring as an outlet to build his brand. And what helps build your brand when you're in the ring? Winning in a lot.
And
So
he's
that's
been
what
doing
makes
that.
and
Yeah.
that's what makes it all so special, because it's like he's literally somebody that is like in the chitlin circuit of somebody that's like you have to be deep into the trenches to find out who they are. They made it through the door, and once they made it through the door, they never look back, and
Never look
they,
back.
they consistently gradually increased while their competition and challenge increased, and they met the threshold to every single one and passed it with flying colors. So
And he's
like,
like, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead. He's like, what?
He's like the Meek Mill success story. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
we all can see Meek with the dirty braids, battling on the streets, doing the freestyles in his crib. Or you saw him go to jail. You saw him come home. You saw him with the hand-me-down clothes. Then you saw, oh, Rick Ross, he got Rolly on, he got this, he got that, and then boom, one of the biggest rappers in the world. I think Eazy is smart because Eazy is still like, you see a lot of these guys, you see them in regular, like look at Math, you know what I'm saying? Big success story. Now, before the show really blew up, he had, regular clothes, you know what I'm saying? Doing his thing. Now it's like you can't see him without Louis Vuitton, a bust down watch, big chains and stuff. And like Easy's still like, yo, I'm still one of these people. Like he's still very relatable because when you see him on stage, he ain't Louis Vuitton down. He's not icing up everything for you. He don't got 4 rings on. So it's not like the people are lost touch with him or he doesn't look like one of us or look like someone who could, you know what I'm saying, still go down to Germantown or, go down to South Philly or out west. Like he still looks like one of the people, but people have seen his success story from nothing to something. And it's like when you got the people on your side also, it makes it easier to take that stance too, because people are going to champion for you and say, let the ball go. You know what I'm saying? Like, let him do his thing or whatever. Like, we'll
Yeah,
go follow him wherever he's gonna be at. Like, we got you
yeah.
back, Easy. So
He-
it's
I,
like
I
he's
also
played everything so smart.
I also feel like Philly hasn't had a star, let alone a
Oh,
superstar, in over a
forever. Yeah.
decade. And
Yeah.
him putting Philly on his back, getting them together, being there for like some of this resurgent, like when he was at like the Rosenberg and Cicero battle, and when rebattle Will, he brought everybody together for that event
Yeah.
and the following event. So like him doing all these things leads this charge and movement and makes the people really connected to him. So like not only is he like he got it out the mud, right? He's bringing everybody together. He's putting the city on his back. Then he also understands his value, like digitally, because he says it on that Three Letter Man interview. He said a lot there. I'm gonna talk about it too. He said, who has the highest retention rate? Me. He says that, and I
A lot of
take his word
analytical talk right there, boy.
and I take his word for it, just because briefly, like you look at his app stats, I understand the absence unfortunately didn't lead to much value for his record deal, but goddamn, he's so dominant statistically on the app. He's one of the 6 guys in both categories, and the only person in both categories is undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Has the third highest average reaction per battle. He has the second highest reactive performance on the entire event. He's the only person with a platinum battle on the app. You know what I'm saying? 4 times he's been the highest performer of an event. 6 times he has the highest battle reacted of an event. And so, like, he's shooting 50% from the clip, having battle a night statistically. It's honestly remarkable. You know what I mean? So, like, I can definitely see how he saw all of his impact statistically there and was like, I know I can also bring this to other avenues and other areas as well.
Yeah, because you know what, you breaking down all of those stats, it makes someone realize like, okay, let's be real. I mean, the culture follows URL, right? So, they're in the lead. Other people are doing their thing, which I love because we love all kinds of battle rap here. But we gotta understand these guys got the lion's share of what's going on. So everything that he's doing there obviously makes him huge in the world of battle rap. But he's like, this is not the only world that I'm in. I'm trying to be in these other worlds. And the people outside of battle rap are not necessarily coming into the app to check for me. You know what I'm saying? Like the people who did see him, obviously they're battle rap degenerates and they're like, I like the bowl. So yeah, I'm gonna reach out to him. But for the other casual people who might just, be running other entertainment companies and things of that nature or other endorsements, if you're not into battle rap or if one of your representatives is not into battle rap, it's going to be difficult for you to see him. So I definitely feel where he's coming from. But at the end of the day, I know that this is a business and business things are going to have to happen. And we're just going to have to wait and see how this all plays out.
That we will, man. This is some interesting quotes from his interview with Three Letter Man. Two of them that really stood out to me was, I go off what is happening, not emotions or hypothetical. So when people in the background are talking behind my back, I know about it. Uh, I'm respected highly. I don't do dirt or grimy ish. If you see me do a move that's not favorable to someone, it's because they did a move that wasn't favorable to me. And then he proceeds to talk a little bit about leagues and stuff. Asked him about URL and RBE a little bit, and he says, "Look, I don't want leagues taking credit for what the battlers do. Battlers take, or I don't want battlers taking credit for the platform neither. URL is URL, RBE is RBE, and it's up to us to do what we're gonna do. It's 50-50. We're the ones that have to go out there and rap. And I will say that at the end of the day, this is nothing without the rappers. Like, this is a real message of I like I'm the artist here. I'm the one bringing the impact, and it just makes me wonder what's this going to lead to in the near future. Because are we really in the era of battle rapper empowerment? Because it really comes down to what does power actually mean.
Listen, there isn't anything that he said there that's wrong. He gave credit to the leagues, gave credit to the rappers, and he is right. What is a battle rap platform with no battle rappers, right? It's
Mhm.
nothing. But then again, if all of these battle rappers go out on their own and it doesn't have the same impact as when you're on certain stages and making things happen. It's just a fact. You can just look at the numbers and see what the numbers say. It doesn't have the same impact. Can you have a good battle? Yeah, sure. Will it reach the same amount of people? Probably not. Will it be talked about as much? Probably not. But everyone is welcome to make it happen, you know, but it doesn't happen. You know what I mean? There's a reason why people come to these leagues to get on these events and to get on these cards and to work together to make things happen because it takes both. You know what I mean? Like, but we are in a world of independence now. I mean, like, look at YouTube, look at all of these other avenues and platforms and streaming platforms that people are on. You can take the power into your own hands, film your own movie, put it out there, sell it directly to consumers. So, nothing is stopping anyone from doing that. But there's also a reason why people say, hey, I want to get with Lionsgate. I want to get with Paramount. I want to get with this person because there might be a bigger bag to allow me to do a better production, to allow me to get into more eyes, to allow me to do more things. You know what I mean? So he's absolutely right. These platforms are nothing without the rappers. And I don't want to say that the rappers are nothing without the platforms, but it's not the same. I'll tell you that much. It ain't the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was, a lot more people would decide, hey, let's do this battle ourselves and let's make it happen. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing stopping Daylight and Lux from saying, hey, let's go book Sony Hall, let's promote it, and let's see if we can get 16, 1700 people in there, film it ourselves, and put it out to the world. There's nothing stopping them from doing it, or anybody for that fact. There's nothing stopping, any rapper from doing that, but it doesn't happen like that. You know what I mean? You had certain guys, Arsenal put on Arsenal and Lux. We talk about it all the time, friends. It was in New Jersey. It was supposed to be Arsenal's last battle, and the venue wasn't packed like that, dog.
No.
Like it wasn't, and the production of the pay-per-view wasn't all
I
that,
mean, and we've even
and the
seen
battle wasn't.
we've seen
You know what I'm saying?
we've seen Disaster do his independent venture Hitman. So we've seen guys do independent ventures and it doesn't have that backing behind it in the culture. And then it kind of it's like a little bit of a reality check for some people. But then you could point to an example like where Geechee Gotti obviously battled A.Ward again on the Riot, the
Yeah.
rematch. And Geechee Gotti said this is directly from him. He said, oh, I made more money with my A.Ward battle than I did with my Lux battle. You know what I'm saying? Like whether that's true or not, I don't know. That's what he said. I'm just quoting the man. I just do the reporting around here. That's all I do.
I watch
But
your mouth, cuz.
you know, but for
Pooh
him to
butt.
say that, and then Eazy goes, I think me and Geechee could battle on the ride and do our own thing and split the money half and half. And it's like he also set himself up where it's like after battling 8, 9 top tiers in a row, and the rest of the opponents that have available for you are those top names that are mobile and they can move. Geechee, Suge, Arsenal, Clips, Mook. Like you're set up. These guys don't have to only battle on one league. You know.
No, absolutely. And guess what? Geechee also put in a few years with the Riot to build that thing up, to make it where it's valuable, to make it where it's like, okay, cool. This is a viable league. This is something that I'm tuned in for. I know what kind of quality I'm going to get. I know they're not going to skimp on it. And I know Geechee's going to be, he's going to give me 100% when it comes to that. And he's a 3-time champion of the year. He's been on one of the most incredible runs ever in battle rap. And he is one of the most popular battle rappers. And he works, and works. So when you're doing it with someone like that, of that nature, yeah, man, I can see that working. Like I can really see them doing some really good
I'm
numbers. You know what
I'm
I'm
glad you
saying?
said that. I'm glad you said that work, right? Because that's the key part of it all, the work ethic. Like if you're going to take the indie route in battle rap and not necessarily be attached to one league and pretty much open your services across the board, across the country to multiple platforms, multiple big leagues, and do your own thing, like there is a level of work ethic and discipline that is required amongst that because you're going out to make these phone calls and broker yourself all these big battles across these different platforms that you don't know is possible. Like I'm sure, like you could look at A.Ward. Obviously, he's a good model of this. Like he's been doing this for years, and I'm pretty sure every time he gets a really big battle announced somewhere, whether it's RB or the Riot or on GTX or et cetera, like he probably didn't have any horizon that opponent was really on the radar for them. Like he got this message from Remy Ma like really like almost a month prior to the event, and he's just like, oh, I don't know how I'll probably be on Chrome, and bam, he's on Chrome 23.
Right.
And I know he did not touch the URL stage, so that's the biggest difference between his journey of independence and I guess now this new bit of independence that Eazy the Block Captain is embarking on. But I am seeing a lot of people like cheer for this idea of independence. And it's like, well, this guy's been doing it for a while, right? Like this isn't nothing.
France. Listen, man. Listen,
I
listen,
know it's
listen,
different. I understand it's
listen.
different.
A.Ward, he's the Larry Bird of our era right now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He's
Yeah.
shooting with all the brothers. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And he's making it count. You know what I mean? But the thing is, these people in battle rap will cheer for the independence if you're getting away from the URL. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
that's what it is. Let's be honest. All right. If you once were on URL, it's like, whoa, he's getting away. There's conflict there. Oh, now this is juicy. We want to follow this. Yeah, go be independent. Let's make this happen. But if you're someone who was never on URL, well, look at quantum physics. Do you see anyone sitting there championing him being this independent guy and being able to go everywhere he wants and rah 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 sis boom ba? No, when you have become a star and you can say, I want to step away from the biggest league and do whatever I want, people love the drama. They love to see what's going on. And of course, they're going to cheer from you at that point. So that's the biggest difference between A.Ward or any other independent person, is that they're not stepping away from the biggest league and seemingly, I'm not, let me not say that that Eazy is stepping away, because who knows, they might work things out. He might fulfill his contract. So I don't want to put those words out there. But if it looks like someone is stepping away from the empire to go do their own thing, then it's like, yeah, we're gonna cheer that on, because now we get to see like what can really happen. You know what I'm saying? Can we break up this monopoly? Can other people do this? Can other people step away? But if you're someone who's never been on there and you're a journeyman who's going from league to league, it doesn't have that same drama. It doesn't have that same storyline, as far as championing that. It's like you're just,
Yeah.
you're a battle
No,
rapper who's out there battling wherever you want,
I get it. Listen, this is a complete nuance between it, as far as him never touching URL at all and somebody leaving URL to do something different, right?
And it's how you're doing it too. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Most definitely. I just, as a whole, I've always loved parody in the game. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like we're far removed from the years where you had King of the Dot and URL actively throwing the same amount
Right.
of events, RBE in the mix, Guerrilla Warfare, Don't Flop will every now and then
Yeah.
crap, a nice
Yeah.
American battle.
Shit,
UW
Don't
was always,
Flop was out here, though. They were competing all
oh
the
no,
way across the
they were
pond. They were putting up numbers, dog. Like they were
they,
putting up. Shout out to Erg, man. Those
yeah,
boys
yeah.
over there in the UK were putting up numbers on a whole other side of the world, and it was like,
Listen,
wow.
they were really putting up numbers, and obviously UW and listen, I just said Guerrilla Warfare and Black Ice. Like you realize some of the battles that you go on their channel and seeing they
Hitman
have,
Eclipse,
like they have Hitman and Clips. Can you imagine what that costs now? Like what the hell? How the hell
crazy.
did you?
Yeah,
So
Verb and Surf.
right. So like my point is like we kind of came into, well, not came into the game, but like we've always known there to be a large amount of parity in battle rap. And
Yeah,
I have no problem with URL obviously having a bit more dominant years over the last couple of years. I love the culture as a whole, but I also do like the idea of there just being a bit spread of like talent across the game. I think it's a healthy balance. I have no problem with leagues competing too. I know when leagues compete, we as the consumer get the best
and
content.
we win, man. We win,
we
dog.
we definitely win. I just ultimately wish that it could have probably went a little bit better, just because I do see what Eazy wanted from the league, even though I also understand the league's business model. But this was a guy that was ready to say, no, through 20, 11 through 20, Summer Man, it's 11
I
through 20.
got
I
it.
got him. So I thought this is a guy that's ready to be the face of the league. You know what I'm saying? For real,
No,
for
he
real.
did the
And
bet. He is the face of Chrome
Chrome.
23 now. He said these
Yeah,
are his words, dog. He's
yeah,
the face of
yeah.
Chrome 23. Remy Ma is now his entertainment manager. And it's like, fans, I'm looking at this like, how long has it been in the works? You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you say, yo, because remember Remy was on 15 Minutes of Fame with Uncle Ra. Shout out to him in the Shut Up and Talk show. And she was like, when she came in, she made her pleasantries, she made her rounds, shake hands, kiss babies, in the good graces with everyone, showing up to everyone's events. And now it's like, yo, I don't need to do this anymore, man. SMD. You know what I'm saying? SMD. She sent her transporter across the border, then stopped and set up shop with Eazy to block. You understand what I'm saying, friends? And
Mm.
she's here now, man. Like, you know, Remy's from the Bronx, like you're from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, mm, I can see those wheels working, and I can see how she's like, if I get this guy here, and I can make this happen, and I can now rebrand this Chrome 23 thing. It's not a women's league. Chrome 23 is chromosome 23. That is the chromosome that decides the sex of the person. So now I can have guys and girls, you know what I'm saying? And Miss Hustle is not showing up for her face-offs and not promoting as much as I'd like her to. So guess what? Easy to block. We can make this happen, big dog. You could be my point guard right here. You know what I'm saying? You can lead the masses over to Chrome 23. And Remy, man, listen, everything is all fair. It's all fair in business. You know what I'm saying? You do what you got to do. You make things happen how you need to make things happen. And France, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. The pictures from inside of that building, dog. it looked crazy. Like,
It was a
I always say
film, as
I-
the
it
kids
was a
say.
it was a film.
It
that
was a
that joint
film.
was in 8K. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know exactly how packed the building can get. I know the power of Hitman Holla, but I also do understand that when it's a newer platform, sometimes the people may not come out in droves like that. And I mean, that's a big venue. It's in Times Square. And I know that, Remy makes the rounds. If you're rocking with her and she believes in you, she's gonna put you on the Joe Budden's podcast. She's gonna put you on Jason Lee. She's gonna put you on,
Hey, sir,
the Fox networks and stuff
you.
like that. Like
I
it's
know, I know,
bananas.
I know you haven't been in New York in a couple of years, but you still remember the city. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Sony
I've
Hall
been to
is in
Sony Hall. Yes,
Sony Hall is right there between 8th and 7th, and the line literally, Vlad, gets all the way to the corner of 8th Ave, and then it bends all the way to
yo,
like 45th Street, and it's literally like a L-shaped line outside of people just waiting to get in the
and
venue.
for people that don't understand, these New York City avenues are long. All right, these ain't like your country roads where you take 10 steps and you're on the next block. Like these things are crazy. And I've been there to see a Cypress Hill concert, and I know how crazy that venue is. So for her to oversell that joint is like, wow. You know what I mean? Like whatever game plan she had, whatever mastery, she was concocting there. She made it happen, dog. You know what I'm saying? So if she's able to do that, and she pulls a couple more pieces and makes this happen, don't get interesting, big dog. Real interesting.
And listen, man, this is a solid 45-minute conversation. That lets you know how interesting this topic has been,
Mm.
and well, we will wait till further developments. I'll tell you what, man, I cannot wait to see what's next.
Listen, man. More content for us. More content for us.
Oh,
More
did
content
we
for us, player.
did we talk about all his feuds on the timeline? I don't even think we talked about that, did
Oh,
we?
now we
like
let's
like
go, man. Let's go.
oh shit,
Let's
like
talk easy podcast.
let's talk Easy the Black Captain podcast. Hey,
Let's
I
go,
mean,
player.
what else is there to talk
Come
about?
on, man. Come on, player. That's
No,
what people are here for. But I mean, and it
no,
just
but
happened yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So it's
no, but
fresh.
there's
You know what I
oh,
mean?
for sure. There's still so much going on in the culture aside from this as well too. But on Saturday, I was thoroughly entertained seeing him go back and forth with Twerk. You know what I'm saying? Twerk obviously posting screenshots of
Now
like
that's the battle right there.
him and Twerk posting the screenshots of like this Bel Air emails and all this stuff, and them going back and forth, and Twerk talking about his views, and then him and Hustle. Oh my God, hold on, I gotta read the him and Hustle stuff.
Hold
That one
on,
right
man.
there.
Him and Hustle. Oh my goodness, man.
All right, so Hustle tweets to Eazy, or she tweeted a subliminal to Eazy. Uh, if you're
Raise
not
your
in
hand.
contract, raise your hand. Easy response. If you took a Tay Rock battle from your sister, raise your
Oh
hand.
my gosh. Oh man. Read the next one. Read the
Uh,
next one.
so then Hustle says, you should speak on what you know because it was a URL battle to begin with. I went behind URL and gave her, as in Remy Ma, the battle, the Tay Rock battle. I turned it down on Chrome. Tay Rock turned it down on Chrome, not me. I wasn't
Mm.
turning down the biggest bag of my career again. You know so much. Ask her about that since you know so much. Easy says that's bullish, but good try. One party dubbed it for their company, and the face should dub it for their company, but that's too much to ask for, right?
Wow. Wow.
Easy called himself the face, and Miss Hustle said, "Hold a minute there, hold on, play it. Wait a minute there, play it."
Hold on there, dog.
And then
Hey.
obviously John the Don gets in the mix talking about who's the face. He's like a man being the face of Chrome 23 is wild. Um, And then Easy's like, you always got my name in your mouth. And then Shotgun Suge found himself in the middle of everything, and him and Suge arguing about views and impact and stuff. And man, Easy became public enemy number one on Saturday afternoon, man.
What? Listen, man, when you're wearing that crown, boy, heavy is the head, man. And I think the him and Hustle one is just the most interesting one out of them all because, Hustle has said Remy's my sister, and she called herself the face to begin with. You know, She wasn't doing things that the face of a league should be doing, and especially when the owner is your sister. You know what I mean? Like the lack of promotion, the not showing up to the face off, the no phone call to begin with. Like Remy had to catch you in the spaces, and it was haha Kiki, I'm gonna call you when I get off. And I'm just like, what are we doing here? Like, we're selling pay-per-views, we're doing this, we're doing that. I know she wanted the Hitman battle on Chrome, and that fell through for one reason or the other. And and here comes Eazy out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying, getting that management badge, you know what I'm saying, getting walked through doors and getting this exposure, and seeing things on the other side of what's going on, and getting thrown some alley oops and putting up the biggest numbers in Chrome history, and packing out Sony Hall. So it's like, is Hustle sitting back going, well, wait a minute. What about me? What about Raven? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's happening here? And, obviously this could be a setup for a big, intergender battle down the road. But it's just like, Eazy really came and just to say, hey, man, I want this. Like, this is home for me now. Like, I'm taking over. That was the illest back and forth, man, between those two, because you could feel Hustle's like frustration, disgust, anger. You know what I mean? Like, but we know Hustle's easy to trigger, and I get Easy's just sitting there, just doop, 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 just typing away with the seek and destroy fingers. You know what I'm saying? And he got to her, man. And he got to her.
Listen, I'll be honest. That all that's cool, but what we
Yeah.
gotta do? What we gotta do to get this Twerk and Easy rematch, man? That's what I. That's a battle I need in like yesterday. Injected in my veins. Who can make this happen? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Friends, that is the battle that I want to see, and
Same.
because I really feel like, Easy can talk to people, he can do all that, he's a wizard with the pen also. He's got the imagery, he's got all of that. But man, when it comes to just the onomatopoeias, Twerk's energy, the way he can break a room in half, like sometimes there's no game plan for that. You know what I mean? And it's like when someone's got no shame or doesn't matter and just wears like, whatever, I stole deposits, I didn't show up, I didn't practice, I choked, but now I'm on my game plan. What are you going to do with me? You know what I'm saying? And when I'm at 100%, sometimes those story tales and stuff like that just they don't add up to those one liners or to those, you know what I'm saying? I'm back sick, scoliosis, all that stuff. Like when people can take away all that, it's just a two completely different styles matched up that can just potentially just tear the roof off the mother. And like that is, I mean, they also got, you know what I'm saying? If you know the history of, these two and someone else, you know what I'm saying? Like, that there's things to talk about, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, listen, there's a lot to talk about. There's a
You know,
lot to
I
talk about.
listen. It
Period.
ain't my. I don't even want to talk about it right now because
Yeah,
you know
no,
what I'm saying.
I don't either.
You know,
I just want to watch the battle. I just want to see it happen again. Easy
which
so much better. Easy is so much better. Twerk,
yes,
you don't see twerking a lot of rematches like that, and I'm sure this is a rematch that he feels like I don't care how much better he's gotten. I will still always be better than him, and I'm going to show him the separation. And I just I want
and
to
now
see
let's.
it, man. I want to see
What did
it.
Easy say? He said the only person that's going to beat me is someone who's hungrier than I am, right? And listen, man, if Twerk decide, if he's really locked in and says, "Yo," and Easy said this is a battle that will happen, just not now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, man, I get it. He's always called the shots in his career, and he wants to let things play out how he wants them to play out. He wants Arsenal next. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Okay.
I
Hey,
get it.
do you?
The
All
views.
right.
You want the views. Millions.
Well,
I get it.
it's the double clutch reverse slam.
I get it.
Go
I get it. I
go
get it.
ahead,
You know
go
what I'm
ahead,
saying?
player. He wants the 360 between the legs. Windmill 720 inverted backflip dunk.
And
Oh,
it,
okay. Go
I
go
just
ahead.
It ain't the
Go
first
ahead.
battle. It ain't the first battle on my list, and it might not even be the sixth battle on my list.
You know, but hey,
But
you know, do you easy? I get it, you know, but I will say this, man. If Twerk is locked in 100% and he's completely motivated and hungry for this battle, this man can he can win the battle. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? Easy can also win the battle. I'm not saying like this is going to be a walkthrough because the battle still has to happen. But I mean, the clash of styles, man, just the way this battle would play out, man. If people thought that the chess battle was a crazy back and it might just be a classic where they both just, you know, where they both just like it's like wow, I don't know who to pick, but it's gonna be one of those. It's not gonna be one of these. Oh well, you know, Easy won. He didn't lose clearly. You know, I got him. You know, I got him winning. You know what I'm saying? This would
no,
be like
it's got
either Twerk wins.
it's got some
This is a classic. You know what I'm saying?
it's got some real
Or Easy
tension,
wins.
man.
You know what I mean?
It's got some real tension. The last battle I think of like Easy's run that I would say had real tension, or at
Yeah.
least like probably the goods battle. But even then, like it ain't like that. This is still higher than that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
oh
Well, go
man,
ahead, go
Vlad.
go battle Arsenal. Go take
Yeah,
him on Chrome 23, and you know, like, go ahead,
yeah.
go ahead, go NBA Jam that joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll be here for when it's time to clip Smoke Geechee Shug. I'm here for
Yeah,
that
yeah.
too.
Even the Clips one, I'm just kind of like, you know, that'd be a cool battle. But it's
Yeah.
like, I hate battles where I can probably already see how it's gonna play out. You know, the Geechee one, I'm definitely excited for because you know if Geechee's well rested and he's 100% invested in that battle, oh yeah, man. Now you know we got the Philly talk, we got the Compton talk. You know, Geechee does what he does, Easy does what he does. That's a battle where I'm like, oh yeah, man, I'm here for that. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what the people want to see. What the Arsenal battle? Really? I get it. You know what I'm saying? After a battle like Hitman, okay, now you want to get the guy with the most views, you know, drop that on YouTube. So now you got Arsenal's fans, you know, also coming over to watch. Oh, I want another couple million joint. So I get it strategically, but you know, for the pure sense of the competition and the battle that'll be the best battle, that ain't the one, man.
That ain't the one.
That
Well,
ain't the one, dog.
we will see, my friend. We will see. We do got
Damn,
some
Hustle
more.
really said I went behind URL's back in a tweet.
Oh man, this might be a perfect segue to talk about Miss Hustle.
In a tweet, no. She said I went behind URL's back. Like, why would you tweet that?
I don't know why you would tweet that. You know what I'm saying?
And
But best
Hustle,
was
if you're watching, I know you get off your meat, you know what I'm saying? Get off. But you tweeted it, honey. You know what I'm saying? So it's only right that I just give my opinion on it. You know what I mean? But
hey, well, you know who is going to
that's
talk about that?
wow.
You know who will talk about that? Tay Rock.
Mm.
Okay, Tay Rock gonna have a lot more to say than we will. So,
Where's the tapes? Where's the tapes? It's been
oh,
years. There's no tapes.
oh, listen, man. That's another situation there. I'm gonna leave that one alone because I'll get in trouble if I really say what I have to say about that.
Oh man.
But we do got Tay Rock versus Miss Hustle going down, Kings and Queens foe. You know
I
what I'm
can't
saying?
believe that's happening, man. I mean, I guess I can because you know they're friendly. You know what I'm saying? Like they're cordial, and I guess they're back cool. And it's like this is truly the entertainment world because you know how do you accuse a man of such things and you know without bringing any proof to the table and you know disrupting this guy's life like that and you know for what? You know what I mean? Like I didn't even understand why she was in the mix of all of that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know, the man asked you to put some proof out there. You never put the proof out there. And, you know, rightfully so. He's like, I can't mess with you. But, you know, it's entertainment. And over time, you know, things go away and they're able to be cool, to be cordial, to be, you know, around each other, to be in spaces with one another and to get to the bag. So I guess this is everyone just being business people and saying, you know, Hustle saying this is her biggest bag, you know what I'm saying, in her battle rap history. You know what I'm saying? France, she's paying 36.50 a month in rent. You know what I'm saying?
Wait,
Not
what? She said this?
yeah. 3650. She got two joints, kid. She got a crib and another joint. One's paying 3650 a month, son. She tweeted it. I didn't make this up.
I'm speechless.
So when I saw it, I almost dropped my phone. Yeah, I was like, man, I'm not even. I'm like, I just bought a crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. But she's getting to the bag. Obviously, one way or the other.
You have
You
no
know what I'm
choice
saying?
to. You have no choice
I
at that
mean,
point.
listen, man. You got rent for 3650, and you got two places to live, son. Like, okay, like, you get big bag hustle. Big duffel hustle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
like, salute to you. You know what I mean? Salute to you for making that happen. But hey, man, they're business people, and this battle is happening, and this is going to be a great battle because Miss Hustle is in her prime right now. Like we just saw
Yeah, yeah.
with the Chrome battle, with the circumstances being what they were at the end of the night, half the venue leaving, all this and that. It She still was 100% focused and performed like the venue was packed and they were the third act, on the card and stuff like that. Like she still put on, her bars were through the roof, like her performance was still there, you know what I'm saying? And the punchlines, similes, the angles she had also, like it was 100, you know what I mean? So I don't expect any less. I only expect her to go up from here with the Tay Rock battle. And I feel like for all that she had to say versus Tay Rock on the internet and the way that she dragged them and the accusations that she had towards him and all of that stuff, I feel like we are going to get one of the most intense Tay Rock performances that we've ever gotten. You know what I'm saying? Felt like, he might have got a little off track with the Kid Slade battle and, the Snake Eyes battle a little bit, and taking on these other side missions with these young guys and giving them a shot and stuff like that. And he still was, dope, you know what I'm saying, all year long. Don't get me wrong. Still a warrior, still putting up numbers and all that stuff. But I feel like with this one, it's gonna get personal. When I say personal, I don't mean like I don't know if he's gonna drag stuff from her life or whatever, stuff like that. But when I say personal, I mean like it's gonna come from the heart and the gut from Tay Rock. Like he's really gonna want to put her under the ground with his bars. And I feel like this is the battle. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the battle, and you can't really almost fight in this battle because I mean, you can't really like fight a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like that'll look crazy. So I don't think his mindset will even be there. You know what I'm saying for that? Like if this goes left or whatever the case is, you know what I mean? So I feel like he can just focus on all bars and really just try to break Hustle down with it. And with Miss Hustle, she's been amazing. She's been amazing. She's already set herself up for a fantastic 2024. Fantastic job versus Shuni. Closed out the year last year. Fantastic also. So it's like, yo, man, this is her destiny's in her own hands right now. And she can't be anything less than stellar, anything less than perfect. And every, pardon me, every battle she's had, she's been A1. I don't expect anything less. I expect more from this Tay Rock battle because this is the one, man. This is the one. I know she wanted the Hitman battle, but in reality, I think this is the bigger battle for her, actually.
I hate to put this pressure on our peers in media, especially the ladies. But the longer this Wody panel starts, the longer there's going to be a retroactive audience for Miss Hustle because she's going on a run, Vlad. Okay, like the first Wody hasn't happened, so we don't know who's going to win that for 2022. But as of right now, 2023, between that My Verse battle, what she
Yeah,
did with Shuni, and what she might possibly do with T-Rock, and she also has Loso up coming up the following month after that too on
right,
Road
right.
Crew.
I mean, come on.
She is on a run, okay? And this is easily the best Miss Hustle's been in her career over the last 5-6 battles. I've been thoroughly impressed. Listen, man,
Yeah,
I've had to give it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to
yeah.
even write an article about it. Like this is incredible work.
You kind of do, man. You know what I'm saying? The work speaks for itself.
The work speaks for itself, and
Hustle, you have been amazing. Like there's no other way to put it. You know what I'm saying? Like the bars have been crazy. The performance has been
and then
crazy.
her
It's
her
been
last
nuts.
her last 4 battles, at least all dominant too. I mean, the she battle, she didn't like
Yes.
smoke. She didn't smoke him, but obviously she won there. But she smoked JC. She beat my verse clear. I was in the building for that. She
Yeah.
put her in the dirt in the first round. She just
Yeah.
30 Shuni, and it's like, yo,
Yeah. Yeah. And
it's getting kind
yeah,
of
man.
spooky out here.
And it's like you can't control what your opponent does. You know what I'm saying? So with
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shuni having some sputters here and there, like I like Shuni's content. It was good, but she had her slips and falls in that one. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't all the way clean, and Hustle was all the way through. So it's like, even with that situation, it's like, yo, it ain't my fault Shuni wasn't all the way clean. And even if she was, you still can, make the case that you got Hustle winning clearly or whatever, even though it's an entertaining battle. You know what I mean? But it's like with Eazy, no one is out here clipping him, not clearly anyway. You know what I'm saying? So who's out here clipping Hustle? Who's out here clipping? Who are you even arguing for saying that beat her? You know what I'm saying? Or came close to it. You know what I mean? So it's like, come on, dog. If she knocks this one out the box, even if she, however this battle goes, if it's a competitive battle, you know what they're going to, well, it's Tay-Rock, she was competing with Tay-Rock. He's a gold, Tay-Rock, but Loso, she, man, if she knocks these two battles out the box, dog, she might as well just take the rest of the year off and just get that.
I'll be back in November to remind y'all. I'll be
Right,
back in
right.
November. I'll be back in November,
I'll be
December to
back.
remind
You
you.
know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I'll be
November,
back, Av.
December. I'll take two battles and close out the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
if she does fantastic in these two battles, just take the rest of the year off. Come back in the fourth quarter. Do a big joint on Chrome or something like that. And you can get another side mission somewhere. Get that back, because at 3650 ain't going nowhere. It's only going up in January.
Maybe you might got to keep battling. Actually, like I don't know. I'll take that back. She's
Listen,
battled.
man.
I think this is the first time she's battled once a month so far for the year: January, February, March, and April. Like I've
Oh
never
wow.
seen her so
Hey, listen, man. You paying two rents, kid,
three
and one of them is
sixty.
3650, dog. She's paying a whole mortgage for an apartment. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Let me not
fun.
say apartment. I think it's an apartment. You know what I mean?
I don't know what it is. It just hurts my wallet hearing it.
I read that joint. I said, and I ain't cotton pockets or nothing like that, but I'm
Yeah,
just
no.
like, yeah, you can get a lot more other places and make things happen, differently. You
Uh,
know what I mean? But
it's
I was
right.
just like, golly. Whew.
I can't.
But salute to
Uh,
her for being able to pay it, and
if
what I'm saying,
somebody,
and give her daughter everything that she wants, and live good, and what I'm saying, splurge on herself. So obviously she's doing something right. I don't want people to think that,
somebody gonna be
I'm
like, "Oh,
counting
y'all,
pockets.
y'all hating. Y'all can't relate to paying 3650. You're right. I can't relate to it. You're absolutely right. Absolutely fucking right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, hey man, like I ain't hating at all. She like she said, man, if she wasn't able to take care of business, she wouldn't be buying herself all of this stuff and this and
We,
that.
we
So
do we do got
salute
more
to her.
battles on Kings and Queens too
Let's
going
go.
on
Let's
next.
go.
We got DNA versus KCJ going down. You know what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah.
DNA has found a way to manufacture himself and had a lot of promo going up into it, talking about, "Oh, you think you're the face, this and that. That's not gonna happen to me. I ain't gonna fall for none of these tricks. I ain't gonna choke." You know what I'm saying?
Man,
You getting kind of crazy, Casey. Like he's planning to
I won't
deceive.
fall for the voodoo.
I won't fall for the voodoo, none of that. So he's planning to seed for this. And KCJ, who's damn near undefeated against men minus Geechee Gotti on the league, probably a solid 5-1 record against guys.
Yeah.
Twerk, Prep, Arsenal. Am I missing anybody? Twerk, Prep, Arsenal, Swamp, Averb. That's a
Yeah.
solid five names to have victories over. Will DNA be the sixth, or will DNA be the second loss?
Listen, man, DNA finds a way to win, man, no matter what. Like,
That
if
he
he's talking to
does.
you, he's talking about you. He's already got a game plan laid out, and he's already got a theme. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got his 3 rounds laid out. He's got his theme. He knows what he wants to do, and he just finds a way to win, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, he finds a way to manifest these battles into existence, and then he finds a way to win these battles. Now, I just saw Casey come off the KOTD battle versus my verse. It was a compliment battle and all
Shouts to
that,
that.
and it was fantastic not to see her like rap about guns for 3 rounds. You know what I'm saying? But it's like against DNA, you
You
kind of
gotta
have to.
do the exact opposite.
You kind of sort of like you can't gun clap him to death. You know what I mean? Or can you? But I don't know. I find that DNA he's gonna find a way to win this battle. You know what I mean? He's just gonna lay out his gauntlet, lay out his blueprint, and exercise it to death. He's going to rap at your ass, man. And are you gonna out rap him for 3 rounds? Like that's a tough task, man. When he hits you with them long rounds, dog. Oh my goodness, like it's gonna be. I got DNA, man.
Yeah, I think I got DNA too. It's gonna be his third installment on Kings and Queens. Same with Casey, both their third times on Kings and Queens.
Especially after him losing to Vixen. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like, listen, man, this can't happen to me again. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like, I'm not letting this happen. I'm not letting my guard down. I
But I
left the
will say,
guns at home for her. I'm bringing them back out for KCJ. Like
I
we're
will
getting
say,
full gun bar DNA.
although it was a light work, small room, but the cadence that KCJ had in that third round against Arsenal,
It was
boy,
fantastic. It was fantastic.
boy, that I love
Yeah.
that. So I don't know how translatable that is to a stage. Plus, you got to rap 2-3 times the amount of like content, so I don't know how much you can carry that in. But if you could
Yeah.
find a way to like repackage that like speed and that attack again for
Yeah.
DNA, I think it could be highly effective.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. But I just think like with the loss to Vixen and then that just playing in the man's head, I just think that he's just not gonna allow himself to lose. You feel me?
We have another announcement as well. Shotgun Suge versus Shooty the Rapper. And I want to take the time and shout out to
Mm,
my guy Shotgun Suge.
Shout out to
Okay,
Shotgun
let me
man.
say shout outs to Shotgun Suge. All right,
Yeah,
because
man.
I seen him on 15 Minutes of Fame after the panel, and was just like, yo, I know the panel don't like, I know France don't like me. Like
I know he don't F with me.
he specifically singled me out. He's like, I know France don't F with me. I know he don't like me. And in my head, I'm like, I love Suge. Like, what is going on here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Suge had a battle going up on Redemption that he didn't want a promo for. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to help him get some promo out for the Shuni battle. I asked him, hey, what you want out there? It's Shuni, and got a lot of responses. So we get a lot of banter from both of them back and forth.
Yeah,
News reports. The traffic is building up. People are talking about this battle and making shows about it on spaces, all that good stuff. Like, we love you here, Suge. What you talking about, man? You know what I'm
look,
saying?
man, you our guy, man. Come on,
Yeah,
big
come
dog.
on.
Like,
I saw Suge at Chrome. I'm like, Suge, I don't like you for real. I really don't like you. He goes, that's what it was given.
that's what it was giving. I hate this new slang. It's giving hate, friends. But
No,
Suge, you just served at your last battle. Is that your response?
yeah, man.
Yo,
We had him. You know what? We had him as performer of the night at Redemption. And when we posted the article, 10 minutes later, who I see reposted? Oh shit, the real Shotgun Suge. Like,
hey,
we
Suge,
look,
man.
hey, Suge, come on,
Hey,
man.
hey, Suge. Just one thing we request here. We know we just little old LTBR, but you could have expanded the page or at least said, hey, man, go read this article on Let's Talk Rap.com. They gave me performance of the night. You know what I'm saying? You definitely clipped it. It meant something to show the people that you were the best performer that night. But come on, man, show us a little love. You know what I'm saying? You gonna say it. But to his credit, he did say, I was in my feelings, man. I'm a competitor. I played sports. I
Nah,
was in my
yeah.
bag about it.
I,
You know what I mean? But come on, Chef.
I say that heartfelt story just to say that I really, really super rocks with Shotgun Suge. You know what I'm
Come on,
saying?
man.
I,
Suge's the
I,
man.
I love what he's been doing, the resurgence he's had for himself. Obviously, easily could have been Cody. It was many people's Cody's. Shit, even when we were together at that moment in home at Chrome, and we're talking, a fan walks by and a fan goes, "They robbed you for Cody." He goes, "Well, this is the guy that did it right here." Points to me, and so it's just like it's all fun banter for me. But
Right,
I
right.
really, really, really love some of his performances from last year. I really love this Kid Slade performance. I know you haven't gotten a chance to see it.
I
Wink,
heard it.
wink. You know what I'm
I
saying?
heard it. We was on
Okay.
that. We was on that black phone.
Okay.
J Black
But
put it out there. I'm sorry. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
it was on the black phone.
You
But
know?
I feel like that performance is better than like a lot of the shit from last year. To be honest, that shit was amazing. And
Yeah.
so Sugar's still in his bag. He looked at like, all right, you know what? I didn't get Cody last year, but I'm not gonna be upset. I'm just gonna work hard this year. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And he's right back at it. Suge, Sheed, and now Shuni. Um, I'm sorry, Sheed, Slade, now Shuni. And so this is a dangerous battle for Miss Shuni the rapper because while I, as well as you, enjoy her content, her writing has definitely taken a nice little step up this year. A lot of people has been showing her a lot of love for what she's been able to do. I will always be concerned if she can give me 3 clean rounds. Like, I'm sorry, I will always be
Absolutely,
concerned.
absolutely. France, man. She went down to OSBL. She battled. No disrespect, I don't remember the brother's name, but she battled this dude down there, and she like straight fumbled the pack. You know what I'm saying? To the point where she put this out there on 15 Minutes of Fame. This is not me doing some, yeah, she put it out there. They reshot the joint because she wanted the gentleman to get good footage out there, and she felt that he had good content, so she wanted them to reshoot it. And she got her balls off the second go round. So the battle was gonna look clean. But I'm like, you fumbled the pack in that battle, had to reshoot it. You had the hustle battle. I get it. You probably didn't expect to go last, as your sister and hustle's people's getting into it. So you're slipping up here and there, but Hustle didn't slip up. And she had the same circumstances going on. You know what I'm saying? So I can't let you slide with that. And now you're gonna battle Shotgun Suge on Kings versus Queens 4. And Suge's been pretty clean. You know what I mean? His on his run that he's been on, and I don't see him fumbling the pack. And Shuni's track record has proven while she's dope, while she's entertaining, while she has great content, the cleanliness is not always there. So how am I gonna go against Shotgun Sugar in this battle? I can't. I cannot. So I mean, we're not gonna go deep into the predictions, but I got Suge taking this battle, man. I got Suge starting off this year pretty darn clean.
Same here, man. Same here. So it should be a fun battle. All in all, Shuni is
Absolutely.
clean. But I'm just always gonna kind of gamble against that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Until she does a twerk and like turns around and gives you 6, 7, 8 battles in a row where you can go,
It don't even got to be that many. It could be a solid 3 or 4, and I'll be like, all right,
no, no, no,
cool.
no, no, no,
Oh,
no,
you
no,
need
no,
more?
no,
You need
no.
more?
Yeah,
Well,
you never know, man. Shooty might get a rent that's 37.50 and decide, oh, I need to be super clean right now, and then what I'm saying. All of a sudden, you get a good 3, 4 under your belt, and then you fall back into the old habits. But like 7, 8, 9 in a row, like you've turned some things around. You feel me? Like that's where you can go, like, oh, okay, this person's on autopilot. They figured it out. You know what I mean? But she just hasn't proved that she can be clean in these battles like that. Like, just can't count on her, man. Shotgun Suge, he's figured out his formula and he's on a roll. So, Suge,
yes,
man.
he is. And last announcement that was made was New Jersey Twerk versus Coffee. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Coffee Brown will be making her return to the league
mm,
after quite
mm,
some
mm.
time off. You know what I mean?
Is this going to be in Atlanta?
Center stage, my friend.
Ooh, okay. So
That,
this is
oh, but that venue is awesome, by the way. That venue got like a whole
with
like
the seats and all
the
that.
seats and all that.
I
Like,
don't like seats, man, at battle rap events, man. People get
nah,
too
nah,
relaxed.
nah, man,
People
nah.
get too
Listen,
chill.
listen, man. The option to have that will always be better than to not have it. I'll say
I
that.
hear you. All right. When the battles are going on, are people standing up there
No,
or are they sitting down?
no. There is a whole bunch of people right there by the stage. You can
No,
see that
that I
already.
understand, but up
It,
top though, are the up top people just sitting down the
it's,
whole
it's,
time, or the
it's most of the media up there. You know what I'm saying? It's mostly the media up
oh,
there. That's like
oh, the bougie media up there, huh?
it's like let me sit down and quote your bars correctly if I'm gonna live update this so I don't
Okay,
butcher these
okay.
bars. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
If I'm
yeah.
gonna if I'm gonna lie about actually being here, let me be up here instead. You know what I'm
Nothing
saying?
but shenanigans, man.
You feel me?
Mm.
So it's mostly us up there, but so selfishly, I like to be able to sit down. I'm going to cover an event
Ain't nothing
live
wrong with
because
that.
because
Got
you
your
know
laptop out, quoting bars.
got
You
my
know what I'm
laptop,
saying?
phone,
Making
phone
posts and
bars, so
all that.
making
Yeah.
posts, making clips. Like if you want me to do the whole media thing, like unfortunately I might not be able to retain this all the way, but I'm going to get the information out on social media for
Yeah,
you.
it's like
So
being on a press box. It's like being in a press box. Nothing wrong with that.
speak.
All
We had a
right, okay.
we had a press box at Chrome, and that shit was but it was right at the front though. It
Did
was
you
right in
bring
the
your
front.
laptop?
I didn't bring my laptop, but there was I
I
definitely
ain't doing that.
nah yeah
Not
I
this
didn't
event.
I didn't want to take the risk, but there was an option to sit down and do all that if I wanted to.
Okay, okay.
They gave me shout out to Remy. She gave me a section, man. That was crazy.
Oh, look at you. Come on, man. Compromise media over here, man.
Hey, listen, man.
Let me give you a section. Event of the year.
I tell people all the
Go
time, listen,
Remy. Go Remy.
come to the come to the compromise side, man. It's a lot sweeter than you guys think, man. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
listen, man, but
I ain't sell out, Vlad.
I
I
bought
bought
in.
in.
I bought in.
Nah, but what you think of twerking coffee though?
Coffee's been asking for this, man. Twerk's been on a run. I mean, Coffee's coming back off of her, delivering her child and taking some time off. And this is what I've been asking for, right? Coffee, she was Wody last year, 2021, right?
Correct,
2021 Wody.
correct, correct.
And the only thing that I haven't seen her done is, conquer a big stage. And I wanted to see this happen, and now we are getting this. And she's going against the most electrifying. You know what I'm saying? One of the most electrifying in the game right now. And this talk about being on a roll. This man hasn't lost clearly in him. You know what I'm saying? In a hot second right now, and he's been pretty damn dominant in his battles. Like, say what you want, but he's figured out a formula, and it's working. And I mean, I got Twerk taking this, man. I gotta go with the Kings on this one. I mean, the stage experience, just he's been on the roll, he's been practicing, he hasn't taken any time off. There's no ring rust there, and I mean, he's got coffee to flip, brown to flip. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man is he's just that dude, dog. And I feel like coffee will do fine, but it's a big difference working those smaller rooms and working those private settings, and now you got to go to a big stage where you got to work the stage, you got to work the crowd, you got to keep that eye contact, you got to
Yeah,
make people
for
in the
me.
back feel engaged. Like, it's a whole different falafel, dog.
While obviously some of her best work comes from much smaller environments than a large stage like center stage, where she's going to be performing at. I'm less inclined to believe that she won't find a way to adapt on a stage, as opposed to the opponent she's in front of, where he is a master of the stage. So it's like
Right.
Coffee is less about you and more about what Twerk's been doing. Like, it could have been anybody else in front of Twerk right now, and I'm probably gonna bet on Twerk just because he's his last five battles. Like, he has been on point. You know what I'm saying? He really has been on point from the Snake Eyes Castro real sick battle. The Red Light Work battle was cool, but the next battle was dope. So like, he's been on it, and I feel like he's finally really making this statement, this mission to like be as consistent as he knows that he can be and wants to be. This battle has a nice little backstory. They definitely want a timeline, getting a little interesting with their back and forth and their tweets, some stuff that I won't say. And I'm
Little
sure they're gonna get
spicy
it.
there.
I'm sure they're gonna get into it in the battle. So this is a former Woman of the Year. She's definitely probably sitting on some material because she had that 40 bars battle that didn't go down. And when Coffee's sitting on
Ah,
material, you
yeah.
get that T-top performance. Because remember, she had like two battles that got canceled prior to the T-top battle. She's like, I'm sitting on bars. You're gonna get this 5-minute clip.
For sure, man. All that sounds fine and dandy, but rolling with the fellas on this one. That sounds great, man.
I was thinking
Good for
about
her. But I'm rolling with the fellas on
I
this
was,
one.
I was thinking about having Dylan make a stat graphic about the app records of all the Kings and Queens battles, and the Kings are just in dominant fashion winning the total of the series, and put
Mhm.
the graphic on Twitter and then hashtag Women's History Month. But I feel like
Oh, you asking for it, boy.
it'll get us dragged, so I'll leave it alone.
You are asking for it.
But hey, I say this:
You might as
no
well
big.
let Big K be the special editor of Let's Talk Battle Rap during February. You do something like that. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
hey, take it easy. Take it
I'm
easy.
just saying, man.
I already got allegations I got to beat already from the A.Ward battle.
Oh, are we gonna get into that? Are we gonna talk about that?
It's up
You
to
done
you.
knocked on the wall. I'm like, is that France? Where did he come from? The dude popped up from under the stage like Usher, and all of a sudden it just started hand slapping A.Ward. Like, I'm like, well, what's going on right now? Never
Yeah,
seen this dude in a battle ever. Like, all the battles you've been to, Shout out to my man Ben Swayze. Ben Swayze finds a way to be center stage in every single battle. That is a skill within itself that I will never understand. I'm like, this dude is co-hosted with Remy Ma. This is getting crazy right now. I'm like, Francis had all these battles. I never see him on camera. He's never in
Yeah.
the periphery. A.Ward lands the, what are you supposed to do when the crowd makes behind you? Slow down. All of a sudden, my man pops up from under this. I'm like, what's going on here?
That was in the press box. That's the press
You're
box.
the best in the world. Yo,
Yeah,
that was bananas, man.
I got to beat those allegations still. So
Yeah, I mean, you know, you further added on to those allegations the other day. We're not gonna get into that one though, but
yeah, we're gonna leave that one
we're
alone.
gonna leave that one alone. But I'm like, where'd this guy come from? Like, this is bananas, right? I ain't gonna front though, but just taking a brief detour, yo. A.Ward went crazy on Chrome 23, dog. Like he
Uh,
went
he got performance.
hamburger.
He got performance of the night from Remy Ma himself.
He went crazy. Oh, okay. What the okay? No way. What I do to the white side? Oh, dang. I was like, whoa.
He started to load the K, hit the whole transition bar. Like,
Oh my god.
what,
Lord, okay.
when are you loading guns? He did that. Said,
Listen, man, dude is in Kansas City, dog, man. I'm sure he's got like 4 AR-15s put up right now. You know what I'm saying? He's just in the backyard target practicing and all that. But he put on a master clinic, man. That was crazy. But if he got performance of the night, he definitely should have gave you a cut, man, because you had, man, I ain't never seen somebody make a cameo like that, kid. That was bananas. I'm like, look
yeah,
at my man. That's
yeah.
right. You're the best in the world.
Hey, I had felt all of the narratives that had been casted upon my man A.Ward over the last 2-3 weeks had just been lifted. You know what I'm saying? Like let's call it for what it is. Like he's a cocky Christian.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
He talks his ish.
yeah.
So when he loses, it's kind of loud, and people cheer a little bit louder than normal than when somebody else loses. And I'm not having any sympathy for him. You know what I'm saying? When he loses and that happens, he gets dragged. It definitely feels like a little extra spice from some of his peers. But they were ready to just cast him down. Like he can't rock New York. What he's gonna do with Vixen? He's gonna die out there. This is a bad battle. He should have backed out. And it's like,
Yeah, that was
yo, it's
that
like,
was the thing. It was like they're like he can't do nothing with this woman and this
it's
and
like,
that. I'm like, come on, man. This is a little much. You know what I'm
yeah, like,
saying?
all right, man. Like, if you want to be down on one performance, that's cool. But like, what we doing here? You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, but shout out to you though, man. Like
yeah,
I was watching that joint. I was like, Frank, like what's happening here?
yeah. Unfortunately, now that the alliance is out, you know what I'm saying? I can't be
Oh,
the one to give any A.Ward takes now. I got to keep it cool. I got to let everybody else do it.
you
When we do
jumped in the
our,
car, man. You jumped in the car.
I
You in the car
did.
now, player. You know what I mean?
I got no problem. I'm on the passenger side with the windows down.
Hey man, hey, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, player. That was fantastic though. But
So
let's get back on the road though. Let's get back on the road. We took a
yeah,
little detour. Let's get back on the
well,
road.
let's close out Kings and Queens with this. We didn't see no Vixen. Maybe there's a Vixen announcement coming. I know seen her going back and forth with John a lot. Maybe Vixen and John might be a thing.
Okay, okay.
Is that a battle you need to like?
I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? They both, I heard I heard the Trez and John battle. You know what I mean?
Oh, on the
That
black
was,
phone.
hey, Jay Black put it out there, not me. You know what I'm saying? So if he
Yeah,
could put it out there, I feel comfortable and fine putting it out there too. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? And yeah, Chef Trez put his numbers up on you, John. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and we saw what happened to Vixen. I mean, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? But she's gonna have to crawl up from out of that grave. You know what I'm saying? And Yeah, that would be a good battle for both of them. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm not comparing what happened to Vixen to what happened to John
Yeah,
John. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like that
yeah.
battle is far more competitive. You know what I mean?
Hey, losers, which one are you gonna win?
Whoa, whoa, easy.
I'm playing. I'm
Relax.
playing. I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm
How
playing.
does
I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm playing. Guys, chill. Please take it easy. I'm just. I'm just. I just want to make y'all laugh. We're an hour and a half in. Let us make you
nah,
laugh,
nah.
man.
Lord James.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but
Okay, we're just joking. We're just joking. We're just
we all
joking.
jokes. We're just joking. We're just joking. No,
Joking.
no, no. But in all reality, like the Trez and John John battle was competitive. I had Trez winning the battle. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like John John got walked or nothing like that. It's nothing crazy like that. But when Trez wanted a little bit more, he got it. You know what I'm saying? Vixen, no. Well, she showed up. She was prepared. She had content, but the content just did not match A.Ward's content at all. You know what I'm saying? Or in performance and delivery. So that one was, whew, that one was
No,
crazy. You know
it's
what
a
I'm
good
saying?
bounce. It's a good
But
bounce
it's a
back
good
from.
bounce back battle. You know what I'm saying? And why not? You know what I mean? And John John is in
Hey,
Atlanta, so
let me, let
one
me
less
tell.
flight in a hotel you got to book. You know what I mean? Let's
Let
make
me
it
tell you.
happen.
Let me tell you a battle I need and like that I would love to see on this card. Well, I mean, I like it for my own selfish reasons. I want to know what your thoughts are,
Okay.
but I feel like we need to see Jazz on Kings and Queens again, and I want to see Jazz versus the man himself, Charlie Clips. I would love to see that battle. I know there'll probably a little virgin gimmick going on, and it might get tiresome. But I also feel like there's a lot of funniness in there. You know what I'm saying? And Jazz would take Clips all the way serious, as she does for everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
So what you think of that?
I ain't mad at it, man. Hey, last time I seen Clips battle Farah. That was a crazy battle.
You went
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? He went crazy in that battle. So if we get a Clips that does that and we get Jazz that does what Jazz does, I'm here for it, man. That's the battle I need and like. I ain't mad at that one at all. You know what I'm saying? And Clips is a different kind of battler. You know what I mean? Like Jazz might have to you know, she might have to throw a couple wrinkles in there, change things up a little bit here and there. She's been doing fantastic without changing things up. But when you battle Clips, you get a chance to try more things, to do more things. You know what I'm saying? The battle is a little looser, it's a little bit more free. So you can try a couple things out. And you gotta have a different game plan for everyone that you battle. So it would be interesting to see how Jazz prepares for someone like Clips. But if Clips did what he did versus Farah, and he takes it that serious, man, then that'll be a dope battle. And they know each other. You know what I'm saying? Like they know each other for years now. So it'll be a good battle, man.
I think so. I think it'll be worth the cost of admission for sure if that was to be on Kings and Queens. But we'll see. Probably another announcement or two to come up in the next couple days, and
Mm-hmm.
that wraps up pretty much everything that we got going on. But before we pretty much close the pod for this Monday, I'm glad we're back again. By the way, I'm so
Oh
happy.
man, me too, bro. Me too.
We need to update this because on the Sunday of the Stay Forever card or during the event, we had reported that they have raised $140,000 for Pat Stay's family, and at that moment, while it was true, I'm here to say, France, you need to be corrected because they've actually raised $200,000
Oh
for
man,
Pat
salute
Stay's
to
family.
Canada Dot, man. Salute to
Man,
everyone who bought the pay-per-view. Salute to
well,
everyone who
we we
donated.
we were texting during the stay event, and you said like this is so refreshing and this is needed.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about the importance of not just that event, obviously for Pat Stay and all the battles making their sacrifice, but just how you felt watching the entire Stay Forever event.
Dog, it was nostalgia all over again, man. It was like as much as we love the battles that we've been getting and stuff, friends, I always talk to you. I always let you know that sometimes some of this material gets a little redundant for me. It's like, all right, man, you're busting your gun, you're killing this dude, you're selling these drugs. Like, this is great. Sometimes I just need a different delivery. Sometimes I just need different content. I just need to hear different speech patterns, man. I just need to hear some comedy that comes from left field. Sometimes even sprinkle a little hints of racism in there too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and King of the Dot, they're able to bring you all of that stuff. And I feel like it's something that we've been missing from our battle rap diet. I feel like, it's either you're gonna be a vegan or you're gonna be a full carnivore. And I feel like we've been in carnivore mode for like forever. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and they provide you just something different for your battle rap diet. And it's something that I've sorely been missing because I like to watch all of these things. I like to watch political battlers. I like to watch funny battlers, stand up kind of guys. I like to watch just dudes who are just deep into their pens and stuff. And I mean, just to see Disaster back out there battling Hollow Hand, to see Jin pop back out, to see Ilmac pop back out. I mean, even you got guys like Joey Gambello, who's a dope battler. You got Sharon, and Hollow, and they're just able to bring you something that you're not gonna get on all these other leagues that are going on. And even if you do, okay, they're battling someone who's more from the carnivore side or whatever. You know what I mean? And it's like I like to see those guys in their own element where they're just free to be them. I mean, even look at Soul Khan versus Frack. They battled to see who was the Jewiest between them two, and it was like, I'm here for this. Like, where else are you gonna get that? And it's just fun times mixed with dope raps. And you look at a guy like Lou Castro in Real Sick,
They were
like Lou
sick.
looked like a
Yeah,
star up there. Like Lou was going crazy. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And
they went
and Real
crazy.
Sick went crazy also. Mike P went crazy. And
Hey,
you know,
I didn't know a franchise in Toronto was a thing. Like he was out there.
come on, man. I
It's
mean,
like
he's
I know,
he's a dope, he's a dope
like,
god, man.
like we know where these guys are from, but we don't know the impact of how good they are when they're home because they a lot of times don't get home games often, right? So
Right,
like
yeah, yeah.
when I saw him I was like, I want to see this more often. Who's gonna come over here to battle for franchise?
Right. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Yeah,
man, just watching it just felt great, man. And I miss it. You know what I'm saying? I totally understand it. Like Organic's been through a lot, man. He's traumatized through battle rap. Like he put the first third of his life into battle rap, man. Like, and he hasn't always gotten back what he's put into it. And the headaches and this and that. And he's got a dream job, dog. Like he's selling weed legally with ghost drops, and I mean, what more do you want? The man went from like working in the steel mills and blue collar jobs to now packing weed inside of dispensaries and selling them out all across Toronto in his part of the country. So it's like, does he want to trade that in for the headaches of and try to promote and put on these battle
Hey,
rap events?
by the way, Gannick, send your boy some ghost shots, man.
I'm just saying, man. Organic. You can promote organic. We have a website. Let's talk battle-rap.com. You know what I'm saying? Like we can we can work together. You know what I'm saying? We can
Things
promote,
can
you know what I
happen.
mean?
Things
Things
can
can
happen.
happen, dog. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Ghost Drops once again. If you're going across the border, go get you some of that. And so I get it. He's in a different place. But I will say this. I don't think he wants to do events all throughout the year or whatever.
Right.
But I do think at least once a year, we can do it around the same time in Patch Day's memory. Bring people from all over the world, like we used to have with World Domination, and just call it Stay Forever Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5. Once a year, I need to get something like this, man, because it just showed me that I sorely do miss this type of battle rap also. Like I need diversity, man. I need diversification in my battle rap portfolio. You know what I'm saying? Like it gets tiring watching the same thing over and over and over again. I need a diversification, dog. How do you feel about it?
I felt the exact same way that you felt. Like you know me, man. Now that we have Let's Talk BattleRap.com available, I wish that this was like available a year prior when like the Grand Prix was out or like King of
Yeah.
That Season 1 was out because we covered both of those things so heavily and it gave us the ultimate opportunity to just focus on the art like how we always do. And I love a lot of the talent from King of the Dot. This time we got a nice little blend of a lot of the guys from URL coming over to honor Pat Stay for this event. Smack and Organic hosting together. That was
Yeah.
their handshake
That
was a
was epic.
sight. It was a
Yeah.
sight to behold. You know what I'm saying? A handful of battlers decided to say, "I'm taking this all the way serious." Got a couple compliment battles also in honor of Pat Stay, my verse and Casey and Thesaurus and Kid Twist ended up pretty much becoming a
Right.
compliment battle. It was a real feel good event. Like on the website, we rated it 10 out of 10 because there's nothing else I could rate that. Because I get if you want to say, oh, the battles were okay, or this is that, or the stream didn't work. Yeah, fine, cool, whatever. Think about the bigger picture here. Like you had 14 battles, Vlad. In fact, this recap article took us a minute just because we haven't done a recap article with 14 battles.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what
a
I'm saying?
lot.
It took us like 3 extra days to like really like hone in on it, and we got it out that Thursday night. Um, 14 battles, 28 battlers that did a battle for free to honor our fallen legend and give his family something to feed off of while using their God-given talents to put on for the culture. And all parties involved from all over came together for this one moment. Like it's almost an event that I wish I could have been physically there because I know the vibes and energy and positivity there must have been through the roof. Like
I
nothing.
mean, listen, me watching it because obviously I was home, I wasn't in the building. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So watching it live and going back and forth, it was, when each battle got announced, like I was genuinely excited, man. Like when like when Hollow and them brought out Jen and stuff, like I was like, oh my gosh, like this is getting crazy. When Disaster and Hollow Hand was happening, like I was losing it. I was like the feeling was electric. When the stream crashed, I was like, come on,
Yeah.
man, how's this gonna
Yeah.
happen?
Yeah.
While this is, I'm checking back and forth. I'm like, both of them are not working. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
I was tired, boss. I'm gonna take a nap. But watching it live, it was definitely exciting. I tell you that much. It was exciting, dog.
No, exciting, and the cause that they wanted to put on was bigger than all of the
Yeah.
facets of winning a battle. Was the battle good? Was the
Right.
battle
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it outshadowed all of
I
that?
mean,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
everyone still did put on though, which was what was
No,
dope. Like, it's not
yes,
like
yes,
anyone came in a half-ass. Like everybody still
no.
put on. You know.
Obviously, some battles much more competitive and direct than others.
Right. Yeah.
Like franchise and say came to say, "Hey, Pat, we love you. We gun barring each other to death." And Pat was
Yo,
like,
real
Pat,
deal showed up and tried, he tried to put Loso. He tried to put Loso down, man. Like he took it mad
hey,
serious, man.
Frack and SoCon also took their battle extremely competitive.
Yeah, that was
Dumbfounded
dope.
and Roan also decided to cross all boundaries in their
That
battle.
was very
Like
barstoolish.
Hollow and Sharon was very
Yeah,
competitive too.
yeah.
Like everybody got a taste of like you honored Pat. We're gonna put on a good show. We're gonna be competitive. And more importantly, Vlad, they all did it for free. Like you might never get these guys to like commit to something of this sacrifice again. Like I also want to big time salute the battlers for that because like it's not easy to just take a weekend away from your family to
Right.
obviously for you're sacrificing for a great cause, but you're still making a sacrifice nonetheless.
Absolutely. And it started on time, friends. I really appreciated that. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, with caffeine, I got used to things starting on time. I can plan my evening around things. You know what I mean? The stream is a little RNT, and I'm like, I'm over that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
hey
I'm
man,
over it. Salute to KOTD for starting on
t-
time, man.
10, 11, 12 years of battle rap pay-per-views and it feels like we're still in the same place, right? Streams going down,
Not with
streams.
everyone. Yeah, yeah,
Not everyone, but
yeah.
streams going down, things starting late, all this kerfuffle. Obviously, caffeine got a lot of things in order. I want to salute that because we needed that
Hello.
structure.
We needed
We
that, man.
we needed that structure, but it makes you raise a bigger question as a whole. Is like, I'm not going to front before we close things out. I feel like this is a separate tangent. When I went to that bullpen event in March 2021, the first
Hmm.
event post pandemic reopening in society. I made sure to mask up and wear my gloves.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
when I was
Ain't over
there,
yet. Mhm.
yeah, it ain't over yet. When I was there, there's only 4 or 5 battles on the card. It wasn't a really big card, and yet we were there for 8 hours. And then it
Yeah.
hit me like, how sustainable is this nature of the way we do battle rap events? Like we're here standing for X amount of lengthy hours for a card that's not that many battles on it. And like we sacrifice the entire day. Like I said, the day is done. Your morning, you're getting ready. Your afternoon, you're heading over there, right? You're there for 6+ hours. And by that time is done, the night is either just getting started or you're like deep into the night. You're hungry because you didn't eat. You go get something to eat, and by the time you're done eating, it's 10, 11 midnight, 1 a.m. Like that's it. Your Saturday's done.
Yeah, yeah.
Gone.
Yeah, man. I definitely I need things to start on time, man. I'm at that age now where it's like, come on. Like you can
Yeah.
say, hey, doors open this time, this starts it. Caffeine did it. You know what I'm saying?
When caffeine brought
Caffeine did it.
you battles Saturday, 2 p.m. and by 4:30 we were out of there. It was fantastic because we would be done making content by 6:30, and I could go enjoy my Saturday night as I should.
Yeah, man. But everything's a learning experience. I say things a little tongue in cheek. I get it. Remy probably seeing them lines was all around. And she wanted to make everyone happy, wanted everybody to see what was
Definitely.
going on. And like she said, she's gonna get things more under control and try to get people in the house a little bit quicker and get things to start on time because no one's trying to you say 5 o'clock, you start at 7. Like, why he's trying to do that every single time out? You know what I'm saying? We'll give you this first one, you know what I mean? But let's get it together a little bit more, But I did want to salute KOTD for starting that thing on time because that allowed me to stagger the battles. I could go watch something on Chrome, I could go back to KOTD, Chrome, KOTD, you know what I'm saying? So it,
Yeah,
it worked out for me, but I mean,
as a battle
can't
rap fan from
sustain this.
home, as a battle rap fan from home, but definitely, you're right. It's not long term conducive for the way we want to operate these events. But I'll leave it there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
Another Monday pod in the books. We're back, Vlad.
Man, we back, baby. You know what I'm saying? Took 3 weeks off, man. I missed you guys, you know what I'm saying? And Francis, is good to be back. This is always there's no place like home, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, with our audience here, this is the family, you know what I'm saying? La familia. So I just thank all you guys for tuning in and for being patient and for rocking with France on the solo monologues and for Titus on that Titus Tuesday drop, but if anyone got a little nervous and was like, oh man, Vlad's doing this to us again. He said he was going to the store for milk and never came back.
I didn't want it this way. It just happened.
How come he don't want me, man?
How come you don't want me, man?
How come he don't want me, man? No. I'm here, man. I'm here. I'm just I don't live on social media like that. So, some people when their kid is being born, they got the phone up their wife's gooch, you know what I'm saying, showing you the birth as it's happening, live streaming and stuff
Live
like that.
streaming the
But
birth.
yeah.
Hey, yo, we live,
Yo, look at the umbilical cord, shit. I'm about to cut this shit, shit.
Hey, yo, make sure to go like and subscribe, yo.
Like, comment, subscribe, share this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I had to take some time just to be a family man and really just enjoy it, for what it is in the moment and all that stuff. And sometimes you got to step back, you know what I mean? Just a little bit. And you know. So just thank everybody for rocking. And yes, I am here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? So just thank you guys and log on to letstalkbattlerap.com. I can't stress that enough. And also follow the show on all socials at LTBR Podcast. And yo, man, if you got any inquiries, if you got any questions or whatever, let's talk battle rap at gmail.com. It is open, you know what I'm saying? So you could always write us, leave us a 5-star rating on Apple. If you want to leave a comment there, we will check it out and we will read it. So salute to y'all, salute to everybody on Reddit who reposts our stuff and starts discussions on their own and stuff like that. Like, we ain't forget about the Reddit bowls, so salute to everyone just in general, man. I just wish y'all nothing but goodness and peace and prosperity, man. May y'all have a great week, and definitely, man, we will be back here in another 7 days, you know what I'm saying, on the Let's Talk Easy to Block Captain podcast.
Straight to these.
Straight to these payments.
Vlad finally made it.
The dad captains. Oh man, but salute everyone. I'll see y'all next week, man. Peace.